So over the weekend, Astro Bot achieved two things in my life. First of all, thanks to all of you, Astro Bot's unboxing of the controller and the game became my most viewed video on YouTube ever. And I think that is so symbolic of everything that Astro Bot means to me. Astro Bot is one of the greatest experiences I have ever played, and I promised you guys, or I asked you guys, if you would like to see me play through the first level. And you guys overwhelmingly voted yes, so I will be doing that right here. You will see on the screen that we are playing through the first level and the opening cinematic of Astro Bot. But that is not the only thing that happened over the weekend. I have actually finished the game since completing Astro Bot. This is actually part of a second playthrough, and I only did this just to show you guys because I promised. But Astro Bot is a culmination of a bunch of love for PlayStation, and if you know anything about the channel, that we share a love for PlayStation on this channel, Arctic the Fox channel. And I think it's so symbolic that the game that celebrates everything that has been so special for PlayStation over the last 30 years is the game that has almost propelled the channel into a new light. We had been doing well before this. We had hit 500 subscribers, but as soon as Astro Bot's unboxing happened, we immediately went from 500 to now nearly 700. So it is my single biggest growth video as well, in addition to being my most successfully viewed video, either long form or short form. But obviously here we predominantly talk about long form content. So I just have to say a massive shout out and a massive thank you to everyone that has been with the channel over the last 48 to 72 hours. It has been humbling and quite an eventful experience. I'm just so happy and proud of the video, and I'm so happy that you guys are all engaging with me. I try to reply to as many comments as possible. But enough about all the soppy sap story. How is the game? How is Astro Bot? What is Astro Bot really like after completing the main game? And I have to say, Astro Bot has taken me. I was always expecting a very good game, a 9 out of 10 game, an 8 out of 10 game, something like that. And if you know anything about me, I have done a few reviews, and I don't review games at 10. I've given one 10 out of 10 in my life, and that is for The Witcher 3. I think that game is the definition of perfection, and today I'm here to tell you that that's changed. Astro Bot has become my second 10 out of 10 game. Now, Astro Bot takes the spot and takes a 10 out of 10 because of the love, attention, the detail, the passion that was poured into this from the developers that you don't actually see happening all that often anymore. And I think it's a lesson. I've seen a few videos showing the comparisons between Astro Bot and Concord, how they have had such completely contrasting receptions and completely contrasting welcomes into the gaming community. I think Astro Bot shows Sony that we are here to play these single player games. PlayStation is the home of the single player experience. Yes, it does not mean that PlayStation cannot have successful multiplayer titles. Helldivers is a beautiful example of that. But we are here, we are the players, and as Sony's slogan says, for the players, I think these are the type of games we come for. What I find so unique and so special about Astro Bot is it's the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. And with that 30th anniversary of PlayStation, we have had so many different, I don't want to say wannabe mascots, but so many mascots over the years. Obviously, we have the cat mascot that is the official mascot, but that was more of a Japan thing. And we have been craving an official PlayStation mascot since the inception or conception of PlayStation in 1994. Many iconic characters have held the title. We've had Crash, we've had Spyro, we've had Ratchet, we've had Jack, we've had on the PlayStation 3 Nathan Drake. More recently on the PlayStation 4 and 5 we've had Aloy and Kratos. But none of these have ever cemented the title down or held the title down. And what makes Astro so much more than just a single mascot is Astro celebrates everything that PlayStation has achieved over the last few years or over the last 3 decades. It does not cast aside all the mascots that have come before it, or all these very important characters that have been involved in a lot of people's lives that have been playing PlayStation for a very long time. It embraces them. And that is something fairly unique. I know that we have games on other systems that bring together all these characters that are very famous or very popular within their domain. So like Nintendo has Smash Bros, and I know that they have a little bit of crossovers with in Mario Kart, but Astro takes everyone. There is no discrimination here, or discrimination is probably not the right word. There is no criteria for how weird it can get and how you are chosen to be part of the Astro Bot world. For me, the most unique one, and this is going to be the one spoiler in the video, so if you want to skip ahead like 20 seconds, maybe you should do that, is they had Teddy from Persona 4 Golden in this game, and I have been recently playing Persona 4 Golden, so when I saw Teddy, I was completely blown away. Now, I knew we weren't just getting games that were made popular on PlayStation or are very synonymous with PlayStation. There are games that have cross-gen or cross-console variations. Another one would be, okay, I don't really want to spoil, but another one would be Neo. Neo was also in this game. That's a small one, but we also celebrate those characters and those special bonds that PlayStation has with third-party developers. And I think that is so right. I just think that is the perfect way to do a game like this. If you're going to have a mascot that represents everything that PlayStation loves, then you have to represent everything. There are so many different characters that I still need to discover where they come from. There's some characters that I have no idea even existed. This game just makes me want to go and play all these games, that I have this experience, that I have all these iconic characters in my repertoire, to know why they are so special to Sony and to PlayStation, and why Astro Bot found the need to celebrate some of them. So there are so many things like that, and Astro Bot is truly a love letter to everything that PlayStation has been achieving over the last few years. There is no game that I would rather have in my system, and no game that I would rather have right now celebrating the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. We've more recently seen that PlayStation is gearing towards their 30th anniversary celebrations, and you can't deny that they have the perfect game to take us into that 30th anniversary celebration. Now, Astro is quite unique in the fact that while it is its own platformer in 2024, which already is very scarce, we don't really get very many platformers, let alone on PlayStation 5. But what it does is it celebrates iconic franchises within the PlayStation repertoire. Now, I'm not talking about the third-party games. Now I'm talking about the first-party games. It celebrates them in such a special way. We get to play through iconic PlayStation mascots of the past's levels in ways that I never dreamed of, and I cannot believe we're doing it the way that they are doing it. It is the best experience I have had while playing a game, and when a game can hold you in for up to 20 hours now already that I've been playing it, and you are smiling every second of those 20 hours, then you know that the game is achieving something that not many games achieve. Some games are deeply emotional that want to invoke emotion out of you, something like The Last of Us, for example, or God of War. What Astro wants to do is it just wants to invoke pure joy. Now, with that comes a fair bit of challenge. There are very challenging levels in this game, so it doesn't just cater for a younger audience, and it's not just a how do you put it, like a childish game. This is a game built for gamers of all ages. It can offer challenge that we might not have expected to appear in a platforming game. So yeah, that's my thoughts on PlayStation's most important RP of the year, and probably of a good few decades of waiting for such an important RP to develop that still celebrates everything that PlayStation has become synonymous with over the last few years. Anyways, I hope you guys are going to enjoy Astro Bot whenever you play it, and that you will love it as much as I do. For now, cheers, and thank you so much once again for all the love and all the engagement with the channel recently. Thank you so much. Cheers.